And good morning. Welcome to another edition of PreMarket's PulseScan with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Monday, January the 27th, 2020. And boy, do we have some stuff to talk about this morning. Seems that some tragic news happened yesterday with the death of NBA basketball legend Kobe Bryant, who was one of the greatest of all time. He died in a helicopter crash. For those of you who missed that news, it's been all over the news wires all morning. And so that is one of the big things going on. Also, this whole thing with the coronavirus, pretty much out of control. It's on several continents now. And there's a mass zones that they have set up over in China. So, you know, they're trying to prevent the spread of it as much as they can. So they've quarantined, 40, 50 million people over in China, and several quarantine type acts have taken place in the United States. There are a few states where every school in the state is closed. That's down in the Midwest and some down south. So it's a pretty big concern. So much so that the markets are now starting to use that as an opportunity to pull back. Now, these pullbacks are no shock to us over here at PulseWave Trading, because we have rally and crash alerts that tell us when to expect these type of events. So looking at the overnight markets, we have a lot of two-bar Charlie setups. The Dow futures is off 443 points right now at 28,492. The E-mini S&P 500 is off 50 3/4 points at 3242 3/4. The NASDAQ 100 is down 169 points at 8975 half. Russell down 21 points at 1642.20. Gold is up $9.60 at 1581.50. Silver up 13 cents at $18.24. Crude oil is off $1.37 at $52.82 a barrel. And Bitcoin futures up $255 at 87.50. US dollar index is up 2 ticks at 97.87. And the long bond is up a full point at 161 and 20/30. So those are the overnight markets as far as action is concerned. We got some bearish two-bar Charlie setups in the E-mini S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100. We also have bearish two-bar Charlie setup in crude oil. And we have, that's it. But that's quite a few. Oh, and we have a bullish two-bar Charlie setup in the long bond. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 setups. All right, so those are our bearish two-bar Charlie setups, meaning that you could expect those particular markets to be down all day. All right, so that's where we are. Now, as promised, it is time to look at our daily chart segment, which we did not do yesterday. And let's see here. Those of you who have returned to see that, we're going to take a look. We're going to look at gold. We're going to look at silver and all types of stuff. But I know you want to start off with Bitcoin. I know you cannot wait to jump into Bitcoin. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the Bitcoin first, take a look at what's going on. And we're going to have ourselves some fun. Let's see here. Let me get my charts open. And let's go ahead and put that on the screen for you guys. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look. You guys should be able to see the chart now. All right. Okay, so this here is the Bitcoin chart. Looking at this one first. All right, as you can see, on the daily, we have back-to-back rally alerts here. We had one for, last two trading sessions of last week. Coming into this week, starting for Sunday night into Monday, we have the last bar here, which is a rally alert on the daily chart. We are in that ticking time bomb setup where we're neither bullish nor bearish right now, but we have the back-to-back rally alerts after having that crash alert here. So this is what we are. This is the actual setups, and you can see here right now in the current market, we do have a rally going up in the Bitcoin right now. It's a rather small one, but it's a rally nonetheless. So we'll see if this thing can get some legs under it, especially as the momentum starts to kick in after the 9:30 opening bell. All right, let's see. I got comments already. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. All right, a lot of good things up and coming, you guys. A lot of good stuff that we're going to be talking about. Just getting ourselves together to roll it out to you guys. But we do have some awesome stuff coming up. All right, so we're looking at the long positions for the Bitcoin. Just use those stops. You got to have your stops in so that you can manage your positions and keep it moving. All right, so the next one we're going to look at is, give me a second. So and save that one. All right, let's take a look at gold because it did pop in the overnight market. Let's see what we got here. All right, so gold is still in no man's land as well. We are in that ticking time bomb setup where we're going to break down or break out. It's looking like the market's trying to take advantage of the bullish pointer here. And that's what we appear to be headed right now. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Hopefully this thing can keep going and get some airlift over it. That would be great because then that would push the market further. And right now, the initial target is around 1610. I think that's going to be some type of an intraday price inflection point. So we're going to look for that to be our initial target as of today in the gold futures. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's get out of this one. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at silver. Silver loves to just lag a majority of the time. Let's see. Yep, we got the ticking time bomb set up here. All right, so silver is looking just like gold, except for really don't have a super bullish pointer on this one here. It's not a really big one. It's really a teeny one. I wouldn't really even call it that at all. For whatever reason, silver right now is just really slow to move and take advantage of what's happening in the market. So we're going to have to wait and see. I will say, though, that there is an air pocket around $18.60 that is kind of pulling the market toward it. So we'll see if the market can get enough momentum to push beyond that. But $18.60 is the initial target so far for this particular move. So we'll have to take a look and see what's up. All right, let's see the next one. Let's go to our next chart. All right. Our next one is, let's take a look at, let's look at Ethereum. All right, you would expect alts to really get a lift if Bitcoin really takes off. So you see here, your big five, they seem to be moving in tandem, like the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow tend to do. So you got back-to-back rally alerts here, and we got the ticking time bomb. We're waiting to see if this momentum is going to continue to kick in. Initial target for this move for Ethereum is 180. That's our initial target. The setups are extremely, similar. We got this similar in the Bitcoin, similar in gold, similar in silver. Now you see the alts moving also in tandem. All right, now we call this a correlation, okay? So you have a correlation going on with these markets. Give me just a second. Okay, 1 second. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to point out, this is going to really help you all to see things as they truly are. Now, those of you who've been with me the longest for this past decade, you know full well that I give you inside information that you're not going to get anywhere else regarding these markets. All right, because the markets like to move beyond what you can see. There's a situation happening beyond the normal price and time mechanisms that you can conjure up on a chart. That's why I use algo charts. Algo charts are way more sensitive to real-time information and can show you things that you cannot see with the naked eye, because it really gets down into the price data. It takes a look at what's happening in real time and takes a look at what's happening within the price ladders and all types of stuff. So what I am trying to explain and tell you is that even though the mainstream media has been jawboning cryptocurrencies, they've been jawboning about the Bitcoin and the altcoins, I'm here to tell you that there's another reality happening underneath the surface. Are you ready for this? Not only is Bitcoin and all the altcoins proving themselves to be real viable markets, but they've also showed themselves to be not just be assets or securities, but to actually be just as important, if not more important, than precious metals. You heard it here first. Bitcoin, and especially the altcoins now, the big five, are showing themselves to be just as priceless and important as gold and silver. Hence, all of the charts that we have seen thus far this morning have merged together, bar for bar. Where else have you seen a correlation like that? You haven't. They are moving together. They're showing that they are on the same level as importance, more important even than equities. They have lined themselves up with gold and silver. How do you like that? For the longest time, though, Bitcoin was attached to the dollar. I was explaining to everyone that there was a reason why the Bitcoin was attaching itself to the dollar. It was correlated almost 100% to the US dollar. And there was a big reason for that, especially as it was building a foundation for the world to show that it was indeed not just a quote unquote Bitcoin cryptocurrency, but that it was an asset and a currency. Bitcoin had to prove that it was a currency. So it moved tick for tick with the US dollar. Then something important happened. It started to decouple itself from the US dollar, which is also a very important development. And instead, it's been attaching itself to gold. Isn't that a powerful thing? So it's telling you that Bitcoin is more important and more priceless than fiat currency. Bitcoin and the altcoins are demanding the same respect now as precious metals. Let's move on to another one. After a while, you will get this. It will become self-evident to you on what I have been saying. Let's take a look at Litecoin. See why these pre-market pulse scans are so important? Here is Litecoin. Does it not resemble the last chart, Ethereum? Does it not resemble the chart before that, Bitcoin? Does it not resemble the prior chart before that, silver? And what about gold? Back-to-back rally alerts. Need I say more? Everything is coming to full circle. Everything is coming to light. And that is what we like to see here at PulseWave Trading. We like to see the markets speak. We like to see the markets talk. Now, I'm going to blow you away with another one. Now, before I queue up this next chart, there's another type of thing that I want to put out there. This is the first time you're going to hear this, and this may be the only time that you hear this. Now, I'm not saying that this is anything negative. I'm not saying that this is anything positive. Perhaps it's just a coincidence. Now, I'm one who does not believe in coincidences. I just don't. I do not believe in coincidences. To believe in coincidences would suggest that things are just random and happen on their own without some type of control mechanism behind the scenes. Now, we both know that a computer program is only as good as its programmer. All right? A computer program can only do what it was designed to do. Now, I know someone will come in and place an argument and say, I have a counter argument. What about, drum roll please, bugs and glitches within computer programs and software? Those are unintended things that the programmer did not intentionally set out to program in the code, right? People would say that, right? But then I would counter with this. Yes, the programmer did, even if they did so unknowingly or inadvertently. If you created an error in your line of code, which thus created that glitch, even though you were not purposely trying to do it, you still created the glitch because the level of input determines the output. Even if it's a mistake or an error unbeknownst to you, you still made that happen. Because had you not written the program and executed it in the first place, then none of that would be happening anyway. It wouldn't happen on its own. It only happened because someone did something to cause it to happen. All right? That is my premise. All right? And I'm sticking to it. I say all that to say, As we know, Kobe Bryant passed away on Sunday, we were told, right? TMZ was the first to break that story. Shout out to TMZ. But here's something odd. For the last week or two, for those of you who are gamers, I've been playing 2K20. Now, NBA 2K20 for the PlayStation, Xbox, and even for the Nintendo Switch has had so many glitches. It has been the worst launch of any video game title to date. It has had more glitches, more bugs than you can even count or remember. But one thing stood out in these last 2 weeks. Are you guys ready for this? Kobe Bryant would be seen on the sidelines as a coach. And he would be seen only, and this was the only time you would see him, he would be on the sidelines dressed in a suit like a coach, and he would be walking with the team toward the, like during halftime. You would see him walking with the team. Now, the odd thing is, as we know, Kobe Bryant is not a coach. All right, he's not a coach. He's not a basketball coach. He does not coach an NBA team. He did not coach an NBA team. So why did they take out the coach and you only see Kobe on the sidelines, and then he would walk away, go into the locker rooms with the rest of the team doing the halftime show or whatever. That was the only time that you would see it. I have not ever seen that since I have been playing 2K, NBA 2K. I did not see that on the Switch. I didn't see it on anything else. I only saw it, on 2K20. I didn't see it on 19. I didn't see it on 18. I didn't see it on 17, 16, or 15. Didn't see that. And I hadn't seen it before prior to these last 2 weeks. I hadn't seen that glitch. It did not exist anywhere. Didn't see it. The only thing you would see, or really you didn't see it, you heard it, because he was a surprise commentator on some of the games. He'll be there commentating and talking to the other guys. But like I said, for these last 2 weeks, he would be on the sidelines as the coach, and no other coach, no assistant coach, no nothing, just him dressed in a suit, really no expression, just would turn and walk to the underpass with the team and they would be going into the locker room during halftime. And then when they came out, you wouldn't see him again or anything like that. And I thought that was a really weird and odd type of a glitch to have, especially in a video game. But you guys know that sometimes video games have been used in the past to kind of as a predictive programming type of a mechanism. So I just wanted to put that out there, just in case no one else mentions it. I'm sure I'm not the only one who caught that glitch, and it was kind of odd. And then to hear what happened over the weekend, I just thought that was pretty strange, pretty odd. Another odd piece of information is that the helicopter that he always flew on had one of the best safety records in the industry. It was built back in the 70s, which is very interesting, because something that's supposed to be that safe and that secure on that level, you wouldn't expect there to be technical difficulties. I have not even heard of helicopter crashes like that. The only helicopter crashes I've only really heard were in the military doing, some type of basic training accident or something like that. Never really heard of too many helicopter crashes, to be quite honest. You normally hear of single engine plane crashes. Some dude, flying a plane in bad weather or something, and then you will hear that plane crashing in someone's barn or something in the country or something like that. So I thought that was odd. Also, the helicopter that he was flying in was also built in the 70s, which also happened to be the time that he was born. Also, when the story first broke, like when the first couple of hours of the story, they said that that he had died in a crash, him along with 5 other people. Well, that would make it 6 passengers. Also interesting that this incident happened on the 26th. So just little things that I noticed. Not saying that it means anything, just little coinky dinks, little coincidences. All right. Just want to point that out that, you know, numbers mean something, whether we believe it or not. Numbers mean something. And that's why I always go back to price. Price is more powerful than time when it comes to the markets. People always talk about market timing and things like that, but price tells a lot more of a story than time does. All right. You only really talk about price and time when you talk about long-term investing, value investing, blah, blah, blah. But we're not talking about investment. We're talking about trading. Right? We trade these markets, but we look for key price points. All right. And it's not necessarily a support or resistance point, but key price points in a market where certain activities take place. And that can be in the overnight, it can be in the day markets, but it's certain price points, certain things mean something. These numbers mean something. All right. Just like they did back during the 2008 financial crisis, where the S&P hit 666. I know you guys remember that. And that was the turning point. It hit 666 and then turned on a dime right there at that point. And the only other time I remember the market doing something like that was on 9/11. The week after 9/11, the S&P 500 fell and hit a particular price point. The number starts to elude me now because it's been so long ago, but it was a number, it was an intraday number, and it was in the nines, like 920, 921, something like that. And it was really weird. And then right at that exact number, the market reversed and never looked back. It was very interesting, and I took note of that when it happened because I watched it happen. So I just want to put this out there so you guys can see that they're patterns. All right, they're patterns, and they're not random. They're very organized patterns, and I just want to show you guys that there's really no such thing as random. There's a pattern to everything. They like to say, "Oh, person gets mugged, coming home in the dark. Oh, it's a random thing. This is a random act of violence." It's not random. It cannot be random. It's impossible for it to be random. It would only be random if the person who stuck you up for your money had no intentions on robbing anyone. He was just walking home like you were, and he was thinking about his wife and children, and all of a sudden he pulls out a knife and he says, give me your wallet." And then afterwards he's like, why did I do that? I've never robbed anyone before. Then you could say that was random, but it was not random. If you're being robbed, that's a premeditated act. The person who was robbing you had every intention of robbing someone at that moment, at that place and time. So it's not a random act of violence. Random does not exist. All right? Random does not exist. And that's what I want to point out to you. All right? There's no such thing as a coincidence. They tell you that they only say that to put you off the trail of what's really going on. So when someone says something to you, "Oh, it's just a coincidence," there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's a dismissive, divisive mechanism used to deflect and to shut you down and dismiss you because you're getting too close to something that makes the other person uncomfortable and or they don't want you to know, and you're getting too close. So now here is NEO. Same thing. Rally alert. Same pattern. Same everything. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, NEO, gold, silver. See how these things are? See, repetition helps to learn too. See, repetition. All right, this is a good repetition. There's also a negative repetition. All right, and that's like cognitive conditioning, when you're conditioning someone, to think and feel a certain way. And you can even do it with numbers, and you can do it with words as well. So this is it right here. All right. Let's see. Do we have any thoughts on GBTC pulling back to fill the gaps at $8.75, possibly the one at $5, or do you think we're going to fly past and forget them? At some point, the market will fill those gaps. For the time being, I think flying past them, yeah, that's exactly what I see the market doing. But at some point, it is going to have to pull back and deal with those gaps. Just like the price action we're looking at right now. Now the Dow is down more than 500 points on the futures, and the Nasdaq's down over 200. All right, this is a temporary price move, because the futures gap down today in order to do this. They opened gap down. All right, so that means that regardless of what happens today, we probably will back and fill on those gaps at some point this week. All right, so I want to throw that out there as well. All right, looks like the opening bell is now upon us. All right, so what I was thinking about doing today, you guys let me know if you're down with that or not. I was thinking about possibly doing another live stream and keep it open. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do another live stream. And sorry, my thoughts all over the place at the moment. Let's do this. I'm going to end this pre-market because the market's open now. It's time for trading. I'm going to open up a live stream, and I got to get with Frank to see if we're doing it public, we're doing it private. Oh, we're going to do it on YouTube. Okay, yeah, we're going to do the live stream on YouTube. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get ready to do that. So I'm going to shut this one down and then come back with another one, and then we can go in and we can do some stuff. Okay. All right, so let's close this one down. Remember, hit that like button, share the video with someone. You never know who you may encourage or help with it. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And don't go in too far, because we're going to come back with another live stream. And this one's going to be doing something a little bit different. Got a little surprise for you. So we're going to exit this one, and we're going to go to another one. All right, give us like 2 minutes, and then we'll be right back. All right. Peace.